Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. This time I'll be talking about The Robots, Series 5. I know, Series 5, what's all that about? Written by Tim Foley, Phil, I just can't pronounce it, Mulrine, and Aaron Douglas, starring Nicola Walker and Claire Rushbrook. I adore this box set. Seriously, I will cry when this season's finished. However, I did originally think that this was just going to be 4 box sets, not 6. It does mean, however, that the 6th box set is the last one. Now, as we progress, there's a problem. How do I get to talk about these without giving spoilers? You know my policy. I'll try my bestest not to give you... Bestest? Yeah, let's use that word. I don't want to give you spoilers, especially considering how much I enjoyed this. Let's hit the synopsis, shall we? We'll start there. During the events of Doctor Who Ravenous 2, Liv Chenka left the Doctor and the TARDIS behind for just 1 year, a year during which she would live on Kaldor and get to know her sister Tula all over again. But Kaldor is going through a period of tumultuous change, technology is changing at an advanced rate. The robots are evolving, artificial intelligence is adapting, and with these changes, so are politics. And it's all just a bit dangerous. Can Liv and Tula make a difference during the most turbulent time in the world's history? Well, you know what? The answer is yes. But also, this is Series 5. There's only one left after this. And it's all supposed to have taken place in 1 year. It's all pretty hectic. Now, unless the year on board Kaldor, which is likely, lasts, 2 or 3 Earth years, which is possible, then that makes sense. We've got 3 stories in this box set, which will mean that every story, legitimately, could take place in the period of 1 month. Well, that's just a lot of action. So, we've got 2 real stories that interlock in this box set, followed by a third. They're all very, very different creatures. The Enhancement by Aaron Douglas. The enhancement chips are the next stage of personal security for the citizens of Kaldor, and following her experiences with identity theft, no one is keener to get involved with them than Tula. Liv, however, has other concerns. The Sons of Kaldor have been suspiciously quiet, but this is something to be worried about. Or is it the true threat much closer to home? This is about the introduction of chips into the human population of Kaldor that allow, apparently, a level of security. This is sci-fi. You know it's all going to be a bit more questionable than that. And that, of course, leads rather majestically into story 2, because these feel linked. They're both about the chips, and they're both about what the chips can do and what you can do for the chips and who's got priority and who operates these. The chips are definitely at the centre of all of this season. Machines Like Us. Phil Mulrine. I'm so sorry, Phil. I just get your name wrong. Phil wrote this. Cador Aris of the founding families used to work for the company. Now is on the outside and demanding greater accountability. His populist plans are gaining momentum, but also gaining him as enemies. A terrifying conspiracy is underway, and only Liv and Tula are in a position to stop it. It's a lot more of a thriller, and it's a lot more... Well, this whole box set, to be honest, is a lot more Philip K. Dick. Where does your personality end? Where is it based on memories? And what happens if your memories aren't your own? Is a definite recurring theme through all 3 of these stories. It's very interesting, but of course you probably won't buy box set 5 if you haven't bought the first 4. However, if you have bought the first 4, you'll definitely buy this one because they're all great. This is by far my favourite series. And that even tops Survivors, which I just lived for. It really did. And then you've got the most odd of the whole of all 5 seasons so far. Kaldor Nights by Tim Foley. Kaldor Nights is the most popular reality TV series on the planet, and it now has 2 new people on set. As danger approaches outside, Liv and Tula are here to ensure that the show must go on, because it's just TV, isn't it? There can't be anything sinister going on here, can there? Oh, yes, there can. Well, you know there can, just from that description. And it works. Oh my God, how this episode works. If ever you've been slightly addicted or even watched in passing reality TV, yes, I know we're all sci-fi snobs here. We all would rather watch Doctor Who than anything else, but we're all aware of how it works. We're all aware of its systems, the way that it pulls together, the way it presents us with artificially created narratives, the cutaway to the camera, all of that, and it's all here. It's glorious. It shouldn't work. It should be the worst episode, but it just isn't. It's glorious. It's not even a comedy episode. Of course, it has its light moments because of its derivative. No, not derivative. Because of where it's got its passion from it, its ideas. They work great. Here's the trailer, and listen to this, because very soon there will be episode 6, and once season 6 done, well, they're all gone. And I will miss them. But I'm desperate to find out what happens at the end, because the people who survived that sand miner way, way back in the 70s, well, let's just say the end game's going to be worth it. So until next time, here's the trailer and decide for yourself. Be seeing you.
Who are you, and what are you doing on my set?
Sorry, I'm Liv Chenka. This is my sister, Liv. We're from the company. Can I just say, I am a huge fan of Kaldor Nights.
From Big Finish Productions.
Welcome to Kaldor Company HQ. Are you here for the mandatory employee enhancement jib?
I don't like it. These sort of brain plugs.
The Robots. Volume 5.
Volar Crick, is that you?
SV-44 will take good care of you. The chip is now ready. Please proceed, SV-44.
Kaldor changed, or didn't you notice? What is that?
Down!
Please do not struggle. I am using minimal restraint. I will not harm you.
No, we're all in danger! Kieran, you have to get everyone out!
It is no longer safe outside. Security protocols have been activated.
Let me out of here! I demand you open these doors!
Greetings. I am the executive.
Never seen a gold one before.
No. There's a storyline that I can't talk about.
Big Finish. For the love of stories.
Everybody, just run.
Run!
A Villain in Venice, Jane of the Air, Book 1. A steampunk detective and aviatrix and part-time spy. Available now. All profits to the NHS.
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter at tindogpodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.